welcome to 5 on Friday. Today it is the 27th of October and we are almost upon Halloween. Back on the Friday the 13th I did a horror list, but today I'm going to be a little bit more specific and do a list about ghosts. The first one on the list is called Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake. This, according to my blog, says that is the very first Kindle book I have ever read. That is crazy to me. That is back in 2012. It is about a guy who hunts ghosts, and he has been called to Canada to find this ghost named Anna, who has been really ruthless. He makes a connection with this ghost and learns that she has two different sides to her, a ruthless, scary killer and a sweet, simple girl that she was before she died. He falls in love with her, of course. I said in my blog that it reminds me of the Vampire Diaries. And then The Old Willis Place by Mary Downing Hahn, and she writes a lot of really great atmospheric, spooky ghost kind of stories for kids. This one is about a couple of kids who are living on their own when a new girl moves in next door, and then crazy things start happening. Chilling parts, but not too chilling. Just perfect for kids. A lot of twists and turns and surprises, and I really enjoyed this one, and as I've done many of her books. The Ghost and the Goth is a funny ghost story by Stacy Cade. It is about a girl who's hit by a bus and killed, and then she's stuck in between the world of the living and the dead. There's a dude that can actually see her, and he's a dude, of course, that she did not get along with in life. She's like a cheerleader, and he's a goth. And so we learn all their backstories, and they kind of fall in love, and there's a great bantering, and it's really a lot of fun. Then there's The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. This is about a boy who is raised by ghosts in an English graveyard. And he learns about their magic and has many adventures. And he stays with the graveyard because in the actual real world, there's something scary that's after him. My one sentence sum up is that it's got magic, some bad guys, some monstery things, a gazillion ghosts, a girl, a cool dude who I'm pretty sure I know what he was, but I'm not saying, a dead witch, and lots of creepy craziness that made me hold my breath just a little. Those are my thoughts that I wrote about back in 2009 when I first read this book. And finally, we have a classic called The Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde. This is another children's kind of a ghost story. This is about a family who moves into an old house, and they have been warned that it's haunted, but they just say, whatever, we'll deal with it. And then they start confronting the ghost, and they set traps for him, and they yell at him, and they undo all of his mischief and make his ghostly life miserable. They end up haunting the ghost, basically, instead of the ghost haunting them. It's fun and lighthearted. I think there's a lesson to learn in it in the end. So those are my 5 ghost stories for today. Most of them are not your scary kind of ghost stories, but I hope that this will give you some ideas of some different kinds of things you can read during this Halloweeny season. And if you haven't read something yet and you've only got a few more days left before October actually ends, many of these are really short, fast, and easy ones, so you can go grab one and still get your ghost story in. Have a great Halloween weekend. I will see you next week with another list of 5 awesome books in some category. Until next time, happy reading.